Hello, welcome to FDL, where we train future civil and structural engineers. My name is Fashe Uchet from FDL. I want to say that please sit tight for this particular video because it's very important. Due to technology and due to needs, there are a lot of ideas coming up, a lot of things happening. So today we want to look at how do you model your greenhouse structures. Is that okay? For example, as you can see this particular one, can you see? Is that okay? How do you model things like this? You can see the shape, you can see what they have here, you can see it, they can have it as many as they want. So how do you first of all model it based on this need? Is that okay? How do you model it in ProtaStructure? So that's what we are here to do today. As you can see, how do we go about this? So you can see, fantastic. Is that okay? And definitely when you have something like this kind of structure, definitely you expect what do you call it, wind to be affected by wind, isn't it? And also if you look at that particular shape now, if you look at the cover, they are not zinc. Is that okay? They are not zinc, they are transparent materials. Is that okay? To reduce the intensity of sunlight on the crops. Is that okay? And not only that, there are some that even the front here is being covered because of all this insect and all of that not to affect the crops. Is that okay? Or the seeds. Is that okay? So now how do you model this kind of a structure is what we are going to be looking at today. Is that okay? All right, that is fine. So but before we proceed, I want to say that if this is your first time, don't forget to subscribe. Is that okay? So that you can have access to all our videos, and anytime we are posting video, automatically you'll be notified by the video by the YouTube for you to watch. Is that okay? If you look at it very well, you can see the shape, you can see everything. How are you going to model this particular curve? Can you see the curve? Can you see this curve? Can you see it? How are you going to model it? And all of this, can you see it? All of this pipe, how are you going to model it? Don't forget, all of this I'm going to be explaining in this video. Is that okay? All right, that is fine. Okay, so I'm coming. Let's come up. Sorry, I'm coming. Let me close this. Okay, so now that is that, and please try to like this video if this is your first time. Is that okay? Try to like this video and also subscribe. And for those who have been subscribing, I want to say thank you so much. We are very grateful. Is that okay? We can't thank you enough. So thank you so much for subscribing and also for liking each of our videos. Is that okay? All right, that is fine. And we also have what we call a Ekide group, whereby other structural engineers, even architects, and the same group. Is that okay? To help one another in case if there's any challenge, they can quickly render assistance. Is that okay? All right, that is that. And also have what we call a Ekide steel design, whereby we go beyond just concrete. This time around we are talking about steel, purely steel. You'll be trained on steel design. Is that okay? So we have a group for that. So that is why it's very important for you to click on subscribe button, so that anytime we release the link, so that you'll be able to be notified by YouTube, and from there you'll be able to connect. Is that okay? On how to design steel and detail and all of that. Is that okay? So that is fine, because it's very important for you as a structural engineer to know both steel and concrete. Is that okay? All right, so that is fine. So therefore let's now dive in and see how this can be modeled. Is that okay? All right, so let's move on. All right, so now welcome back. So we are going to continue. So how do you model it? This based on your measurement. Maybe you have gone to site where they want to have this greenhouse farm, and you have taken your measurements, and from measurement you have taken the area you want to cover. Then you come back to the office and do what, and then try to model it in your ProtaStructure. This one might not necessarily need a serious plan, though you might also provide the architectural drawing for it, understand, but the structural aspect is what we are going to be discussing. Is that okay? All right, so for me, we are going to be based on the dimension, because if you look at this, if you look at the structure here, you can see they are just straight. Is that okay? They are straight from here to this point, and also from here to this point is what we need, isn't it? And for us to model and also our height, isn't it? So that's all that we need. So on that note, now I'll come to my modeling. I'll come to my orthogonal axis generator. I'll come here, click at the center here. Now let's see, we have 10. This other side now I'm having like a 10 meters. That's 5,000 into 2. 5,000 into 2. Is that okay? And let's see here, I'm having, let's see, we are having also 2 but 15. This time around maybe 15. So to now give us a 30, is that okay? That's 30 meters by 10 meters, is that okay? And that's also big enough, depends on what they want in terms of pieces, is that okay? But I have something like this in 10 places or 20 places or 100 places, is that okay? All right, so that is that. I can now click on what? On OK. All right, based on what I have now, I can just delete this one. I don't need this center one, and also this center one, I don't need it. Can we see it now? So you can now see I have my 10. Also I have my 30. Is that okay? If it's 40, if it's 50, whichever way, that is fine. So the next thing now I'm going to be doing now is that I want to know this my trusses. Is that okay? My what do we call it? My stanchions. Is that okay? My stanchions at what interval? Is that okay? Here I have one stanchion here and stanchion here, etc. Is that okay? So I can come here now, click on this, right click and click on what? Offset, and then come to this place. I press my F2 and I have my 3000 interval. 3000, enter. Is that okay? Come here again, another 3000, another 3000, another 3000. Can you see it? Just keep on moving, keep on moving. Is that okay? That is that. So I press escape. So you can ask what I have now. So that means from this point to this point, 3000, from this point to this point, 3000 interval. Is that okay? And then that is that. Then the next thing now we need to know, is that okay? This one is first our what? Story 1. Is that okay? They are beneath for height. Is that okay? So what's the height of this particular one? We are going to work on that. So for me, I'll come to this place now, click on this. Even though this can be done later, let's just come to edit story. So if it's 3000, this way you enter your height. Is that okay? If it's 4000, depends on the height. Is that okay? How they want to lay this particular crops. Is that okay? This particular seed as they are growing, what's going to be the height they can go, things like that. It can be controlled, whatever. Is that okay? So I can, if I want this, then this is what I'm going to have based on what we want to do at site. Is that okay? All right, I'll click on OK. I click on yes. All right, so I haven't done this one now. You notice that I use beam along this part. Now using a beam along this part, yes, it's fine, but for me it's a waste of materials, because I can use my pedestal here. I can use my pedestal for each of them, so that if I use pedestal around this place and also come here and use pedestal, you can see, you can imagine the kind of concrete from between this place and this place, the kind of concrete between here and this place. That's waste of material, of resources. That's for me. But if they want beam, why not? They discover that they only provide beam, so we are going to provide our beams. Is that okay? Since they want beam, we are going to provide a beam. If you like, you can also provide what we call pedestals. Is that okay? For that, so that is that. So let's now go for the beam on. So for me, first of all, I have to put my stanchions. Is that okay? I'll come to my modeling, and because we are talking of steel, I'll come to column. Okay, when it's column, I'll come up here, because what we want is circular column. So I'll come here. Can you see it here? Click on this. Is that okay? These are the size, the diameter, and the thickness. Is that okay? For the diameter, let's say we are using this size. Depends. Is that okay? Let's say we are using this this size of this size. If it fails, I believe you know how we normally edit our steel when they fail. Is that okay? I'll come here and click on this one, and then click on OK. So I'll just come here now. I run it along this line. Is that okay? I run it along this line. Let's finish. I also come here, run it along this line. That is fine. So having done this one now, let's now check our 3D. Close this one now. Let's check our 3D and see what we have gotten so far. So come here now, click on where's my view? Sorry, view, and come here, 3D view, physical model. Is that okay? All right, you can see what we have. Can you see it now along this part? So if you look at this particular shape now, you can see along this part, this particular part here. Can you see it along this part? Likewise the other side, the same thing we are having here on this side. Let's say we are having it like this on the along this part and also along that part. Is that okay? All right, that's fine. So let's now go for our foundation beam. Is that okay? Before I will now show you the how to curve your steel. Is that okay? Your rafter. Is that okay? How we are going to curve our rafter in order to achieve that and other things. Is that okay? All right, as I said, don't forget to do what, to click on like button, because it's very important. If you want us to continue to progress, please, your liking of this video and subscribing and telling others about Equidel is very, very important. As I always say, you might not be producing a video, understand, but by liking the video, you are also helping others. Is that okay? Because all that are producing the video, we are trying to help people, understand, which I believe one way or the other must have been helped by what, by the videos we are producing. So for others to also benefit depends on you now, understand. So don't break the chain of what of connection. Is that okay? Don't break the chain of what of connection, because if you don't like, then the number of people that will watch the video, that YouTube will send the video to, will be what limited. But by clicking on the like button, what happens? It makes the video to go viral for others to also be helped. Is that okay? All right, so thank you so much. Okay, let's now go back. So looking at this place now, I'll go to my foundation. I'll go to plan view first, go to navigate to plan view, and I'll come to my story 0. Double click on story 0. So now I can see that my story 0 is what is active. It's not story 1. Story 0 is what is active. So at this point now, this way I will now begin to insert my what, my beam. So I'll come here now, click on my beam. I was foundation beam. That's fine. Now coming to my foundation beam now, what is going to be my width of this foundation beam? Let's say we are just using a let's say we are using a 225. Is that okay? Let's do 225. Is that okay? And also depends on your design, how you want it. Is that okay? So that is that. I'll come here now. Let's see the depth. Let's just say 500. Is that okay? 500 depth. It's also okay. If that's based on design, you can say 500. You can say 650. Understand? Depends on your design. Is that okay? So I'll now click on 650, and then from here I will now come here now and connect from this one to this what, to this particular one, and let's wait for it. That's fine. And also I'll connect this one now and this one. Is that okay? And also from here now to this point here, and also from this point to this point. Is that okay? There are other things that might take place here. Maybe if you want to floor it, good and fine. There are other things we can do on this foundation for flooring. Is that okay? That's fine. Haven't done it this way. Now let's now see what we have in 3D. Then I'll now begin to explain. Is that okay? Let's check. Correct. So you can now see what we are having. Can you see it now? You can see our beams. Can you see? They are not in contact with this, even though they are on what's on the foundation. Is that okay? So how do you now go about this particular one? So you click on this one now. So I'm on story 0. Let's go to story 0. Yes, click on this. You can see my foundation beam now. I'll come here now, press my shift key, click on the last one, then click on it and right click and come to what, to the property. And from this property now, I'll now come to my where is it? Coming. Okay, is it under Z? Where is it? I and J. This, okay, see it here. I'll now come here now, click on this, then come here now, 1100, click this, and then come here again. Okay, both of them have automatically been done. Can you see both sides? 1100. I can now click on what, on close. So I can now click here now. So you can ask what I have now. Can you see it? Is that okay? So we can see what we are having. So if we want it to go down more than this, is that okay? You see the same place, click on this. I think we need to adjust this. Okay, let's adjust this one. So click on this, come down, the last one, then click on this and come to what, the property. We made it 1005, isn't it? 1000. Our beam depth is this. So let's say we are having our calculator. Let's do it together. We are having a 16. So therefore, if you're having a 1100 minus 650, is the calculation going to be okay? We have 450. Is that okay? I have 450. So I'll come here now and make this one let's say 450. Let's try 450 first. Let's try it. 450. Okay, automatically all. Let's go back. So can you see it now? Perfect. Can we see it now? So you can answer what we are having sitting directly on it. Can you see it? I believe we have gotten the calculation I calculated there. Is that okay? All right. So looking at this, having achieved this one now, which means that all of these are embedded inside this. Is that okay? Inside this. So if you are going to be if it's going to be embedded inside this, automatically it's going to be the first way we did it. Is that okay? And definitely that's the purpose. Is that okay? Correct. Like this, because they are going to be embedded in this particular beam, isn't it? They are going to embed it inside this particular beam. So this is how you go about it. I think this is the best way. Is that okay? Since we are not going to be using what they call it base plate. Is that okay? Since they are not going to be using a base plate, it's going to be embedded inside what? Inside this particular column. Is that okay? Sorry, beams. Is that okay? All right, that's fine. But in a situation whereby they are going to be using a base plate, then it will have been the second method that we use here. Can you see now? It's like something like this. it will have been something like this. But since they are not going to be using base plate, we are going to leave it as it is before, because it's going to be embedded inside what? Inside the beam. All right. So now, having done this one like this, the next thing is how do we achieve our circular or semicircle or arc steel? Is that okay? That shape we are seeing, how do we now go about it? Okay, so let's now come to this place now. Now go to back to my story 1. Go to story 1, double click on it. Okay, so from here now I can do it from 3D. If you like, I can do it from 2D. Is that okay? But for me, let's just do it from a 3D. Is that okay? So I'll come here now, beam, under beam, steel beam. Is that okay? Steel beam, and from here I come to this place now. I'm not using a universal beam. I'm going to be using a circular rafter. Is that okay? All right, so here now, based on the size of my column, I'm having this kind of size of column that I used before, isn't it? So I want to have this maintain the same diameter and the thickness. So let me have this one now. Click on this and click on this. Then I can now come here now, click on this one and come here and click. Okay, so if you look at it properly, you discover that it has gone down. Is that okay? It has gone down. So we want to bring it up here. I'll come to my 3D. From this 3D, I can see this one is section plane. I'll do what? 0. I'll turn to 0. Is that okay? And then click on update. Can you see it now? Can you see it? That's fine. Okay, so how do you now make this one a circular? Sorry, there's something I'm supposed to have done. Let me undo it. Let me undo. Let me escape. There's something I'm supposed to have done before this. Let me remove this one. Then let me bring it up again. Click on this, because we are talking of curved beam, isn't it? So I'll come here now, click on this. Is that okay? Click on this one first, then come here now. I think the circular. Okay, I'm coming. Let's go back. Let me come here, click on this, curved beam active. Come here now, select this one, come to circular column. I'm using this one and this thickness. Click on this. Is that okay? This one is active. I can come here now and come here. Yes, up a little. Let me just say anyhow it is, no problem, we will control it. Let me just leave it like this. Then come here now, come to this point here and turn it to what? To 0. And click on update. Correct. So now you can now see what we are having, isn't it? We can see what we are having now. So what the next thing I will now do at this point is to come to this place, my general, and from this thing you can see angle. I'm going to make it to angle 90. Is that okay? Then update. Can you see what we are having? It has not yet finished. Is that okay? We have not yet gotten it. So I'll come to this place now. Come to this place, angle 90, let's say 45 or 180. Let me see what's happening here. Okay, it's not giving us. Let me go back. This plane normal angle. Yes, plane normal angle. It's not here. Sorry, it's not here. We are supposed to look at this place. Is that okay? Not this one here. Is that okay? Let's leave this one for now. Let's see. Come back here to this place and see. Let's come here. This should be 90. Let's click on update. Can you see it now? Can you see what we have now? Can you see it? All right. So now, what's the height? What's the height now? Let's say we are making it 4,000. Just want to show you if it's 4,000. Click on update, so you can imagine what you're having. Can you see it now? So this kind of thing, you don't need to be high too much. Is that okay? You don't need to go high too much. So I'll come to 1,000. Let's say 800. Let's see what we have. Is that okay? All right. This one look better, isn't it? This one look reasonable. Is that okay? This height is very, very okay for this. Is that okay? All right. So that is that. So having seen it like, so this is what we have. Now that we have this one now, you can see the reason why we are not going to be having the extension, this one to project out, because of the nature of the cladding. Is that okay? What they are going, the material they are going to be using for cladding, because that's to flow. Is that okay? Because if you look at this image here, can you see how this cladding is? This material they used to cover, can you see how it flows? Is that okay? No obstruction. Is that okay? So that's why you have to leave it like this. You don't need to put extension on this other side. Is that okay? I think it's very okay like this. Or let's increase the height a little and make it let's say 2,000. That's from the apex. Let's say 2,000 and update. Okay, I think it's okay like this. Okay, it's also okay. It can flow very well. Yes, it will flow very well. So I click on close. Is that okay? I'll click on close, and once that one is done now, I can now come here now and begin to insert this particular one. I'll take my beam, click on this. I believe it's still the same property. I'll just come here now, come here and click. Sorry. Okay, Is there? I think it's there. Okay, come here again from this top here and put it here on this one again. Okay, come to this one again. Is that okay? Come to this way and put this one again. Is that okay? Let me just pause this video to reduce the length. Is that okay? Because it's the same thing I'm going to be repeating. Is that okay? Alright, that. So now on the last one here now, let's do it together. I'll come here now and click on this one again. Click on this, that's fine. Then escape. Is that okay? Let's now see what we have done so far. So you can now see what we have done so far. Can we see it? So you can now see that it's actually giving us the shape of what we have here. Can you see it? Assuming this one can be rotated now, you will have seen how it has given us this, but I believe even this one is very clear for us to see, isn't it? So that is fine. So I'll come here now, looking at this. Then we are going to be providing our cladding, but before the cladding, there's need for what? For our purlin, and the kind of purlin we are going to be using still is still going to be what? It's still going to be circular cladding. Sorry, circular purlin. Is that okay? On top of all of this, is that okay? We are going to be providing purlin on top of all of this. How do you do that? I'll come here now, pick my purlin, and I'm using a insertion point. Is that okay? Insert to using what? 2 points. I'll click on it. Click on this one, 2 points. Then click on this. And let's wait for you. Correct. So if you look at this, all these ones I don't need it. Is that okay? All this one I don't need it. So I'll come to this sag rod. Click on this auto and what? And make it none. Can you see they have disappeared? But remain this thing. I have to change what? Change my purlin pattern. So I'll come to this place because I need circular. I'll come here now, pick this one, come to this circular, and also think of any of them to use. Let me just use the same thing. For the sake of training, I'm going to use this one. Alright, so if it failed, definitely we increase it. If it not failed, we'll see how we can still go about either to reduce or not. Is that okay? I'll come here, click on this. So you can now see it has given me what I want. Can you see it now? All true. Can you see it has given me this one now? So that is that. And the spacing is what? Very okay. 1 meter by 1 meter. Is that okay? It's also okay. I'll come here now and click. If you want it to be to reduce the space, you can also do it because of the cladding. Understand? So it depends. So you can make it like a 900. Is that okay? Click somewhere else. Can you see? Closer. Is that okay? So it depends on how you want it. Is that okay? So that is that. So that is fine. Alright. So I can now click on OK. Can you see what I have now? So I'll now come here now again. Click on this and also this one, and then click on OK. Alright, perfect. So I'll also come here now. Click on this one and then click on this one. And then OK. Click on this and also this one, then OK. Is that okay? Let me just pause it also to reduce the length. Is that okay? So let's do this one together now. The last one, click on this and then click on the last one and then click on OK. Alright, so you can now see what we are having for this. So if you look at it very well, can you see? Can you see what we are having? Is that okay? And if you want it to also enter into the pipe, to be on the pipe, directly on the pipe, we can also do that. Is that okay? How do you do that now? In case you want to bring it down, is that okay? To be on the same level with this, is that okay? With this particular your rafter, all you need to just take the property. Understand? Depends on your adjustment. Is that okay? I'll come to the property. Assuming that's what I want to do, I'll come here now. I'll come down to this place. Let's zoom this one first. Let's zoom this one. Can you see it now? I'll come to this place now. Let's say because I want it to go down. Is that okay? I'll make it minus. Let's say I'm using a 110. Is that okay? Click somewhere else. Can you see it now? Can you see flushing properly, and it can be easily welded? Can you see it properly? Can you see it now? So I can now click on what? On OK. Can you see what I'm having now? So assuming it's this method I want to use now. Is that okay? This method now, that's what I'm going to be using all through, not this type. So are we together now? So can you see? That's why it's very important to watch this video from beginning to the end. Is that okay? Likewise on this other place. Is that okay? Can you see it? Can you see perfectly well? Can you see it? So it depends on whichever option that you want. This is how to go about it. But for me, I'm going to be using this for this particular structure. This particular one that I just did now. But if you want this one, you can go ahead. But I've shown you how to go about the two now. Is that okay? Let me just undo. Alright. Now coming to this place now. How do you now put your support along this line? Is that okay? So we are not going to be using a beam. Is that okay? We are not going to be using beam. What we are going to, and we are not going to be using purlin. We are going to be using what? GAT. Is that okay? I'll come here now and come here and click on this and also this. Let's wait for it. So looking at this one now, also this profile hanger, we don't need it. I'll come here now, and those cladding, we don't need them. Come here now and click on what? None. Can you see it now? Then also we need to work on this. We don't want a L shape. Sorry, come to this and come to this one here and come to this one here. Let's pick you can use a lesser diameter. Is that okay? You can use a lesser diameter. So if you want, so let's just use this one now. Then click on this and then click on this. Can you see what we have now? So you can now see what we have automatically. What this is what we have. So if you want to also take it inside, all I will do is just to come here. Let's first of all try the same thing. Minus 110. Let me click somewhere else. Can you see it now? Perfect. Can you see it inside? Can you see it now? But don't forget that since this one is the outside, by the time they are putting the cladding, is that okay? Let's not go inside, so we have to reduce this. Is that okay? These are the calculation that you need to make. Understand? You have to reduce it to, let's say, minus 90. Let's try 90 and see. 90. Okay, it's not giving us what we want yet, so let's turn back to 0. Okay, we have it here. Is that okay? So you have it here. So if you want to take it inside, we can just minus let's say 50. It's still better like this. Yes, I think this one is okay. And then don't forget that this downside, this particular place, is very, very important. It's very, very key. Don't forget that this part of this particular stanchion is entering into what? Into the beam, foundation beam, isn't it? So which means that we have to raise this one up. Is that okay? So how do we do that now? I'll now come down to this place and top offset is bottom. I think it's bottom. I'm coming. Let me use this bottom instead of 200. I'm using let's say 700 above. So can you see it now? Above. Can you see it now? At least so that there will be space. Is that okay? By the time this one enter by 500, we still have space, isn't it? So that's that. We'll now click on what? On OK. Let's wait. Can you see it now? Can we see it? Perfect. Can you see it now? How perfect it is? Can we see it? So if you want number of feet to increase it, you can click on this, then sit on property and come here now. I will increase this number of spacing. I can increase to, let's say 600 and click somewhere else. Can you see the number have increased? Is that okay? It has increased. So that is that. I can click on OK. Can you see what I have now? Can you see it? Perfectly okay. So once I've done this one now, I also click on this one, then and also this one. I'll click on OK. Can you see how it's going? So this is what I'm going to continue to do. Is that okay? I'll click on this and then this one also. Click on OK. Can you see it now? So let me pause this video to just reduce the length. Is that okay? So let's do the last one now together. Let's do the last one together now. Click on this and this. Correct. Okay. So having done this one now like this, you can now see what we have achieved. Can we see it? You can see what we have achieved. So you can now see it here. Can you see it? You can see our curve. Can you see the inside? Can you see it? Perfectly okay. Is that okay? So now, having explained all of this now, how do you now go about your light material, not zinc? Is that okay? Some might use the form of a canopy, like a canopy on it. Is that okay? Or some transparent material to just cover it in order to reduce the intensity of what of sunlight on the crops inside this place. Is that okay? On the crops inside this place. And this kind of thing, we can use what do you call it? Welding. Understand? So and there's a calculation for that, for you to know the welding thickness for that will pass the design of this particular all these joints. Is that okay? All right. So having explained that now, the next thing now, let's put our cladding. So I'll come to my cladding, click on this one. Don't forget that cladding normally take the shape of your of your purlin automatically. So I'll click on this, then I'll click on on OK. That's all you need to do. Is that okay? Can you see now it automatically taking the shape? That's one thing with cladding. Assuming I want to extend this place now, I can extend it. Is that okay? Just the same place of property, we can extend this direction, or let's just do it together. Is that okay? Let's do it together. Click on this one, then right click and click on the property. Okay, this extension now, where can we find this extension now? Let me use this one now. Let's use this one. I'm coming. Let's say we are using let's say 200 projection. Let's see, are we on the right direction? Click on OK. Okay, no, can you see it has projected this side? So this is not what we want. So I'll right click again, property. I'll go to that place now. This one now, turn to 0, then come to the second one and make it 200. Is that okay? Click somewhere else and then click on OK. So can you see what we have now? Can you see it? As simple as this. Is that okay? So I can now pick my cladding. As I said, it will automatically take the shape of of your raft line. Can you see it now? It has taken the shape. Can we see it? So you can see what we have. So I also come to this place now, click on this, then click on OK, click on this and OK, click on this and then OK. Is that okay? All right, let me also pause it to reduce the length. Is that okay? Let's pause it to reduce. So on the last one now, this last one now, we are now click on what? On this. Is that okay? And then click on this. Is that okay? So you can now see how we have added our polyline on this. Sorry, cladding. I'll click on this one again, do the same thing. Click on this one again, do the same thing. Click on this one again, do the same thing. This is what I will continue to do all through. So you can now see what we have now. So you can now see that we have achieved what we are talking about. So now, having done it this way now, so you can now see as simple as this, though somehow technical, because if you don't know it, you don't know it. Is that okay? It's simple because we know it, isn't it? So, and to design this foundation, there's a way we can design the foundation to pass. If not, it will not pass. As I said, it depends on the design, what you want. If not, you can imagine this particular space here. If not, we'll have used pedestal. Is that okay? We'll have used our pedestal for each of them. Is that okay? Instead of having all this reinforcement here along this path, understand, in which we can raise block and do what and fill it. Is that okay? But this place is going to be what? A reinforced concrete around this column. Is that okay? Which is our pedestal. But why this places are what? Are just block to connect them and also move on. Is that okay? All right, but if this what the design is saying, automatically you have to design based on this. Is that okay? All right, that is fine. So now, having explained all of this now, the next thing is how do you apply your load on this. Don't forget that to load this particular one now, you cannot just only load it based on what? On the cladding or the canopy they are going to be using. You also need to apply your wind load, because no matter what, wind can affect this structure. Wind can definitely affect this structure, even though the height is not that much. But you should be expecting what? A wind. Sorry, you should be expecting wind to affect this structure. And if I come to this place now, click on this and then click on edit load. Yes, load combination first. All right, load generator. Okay, then click on OK to generate all of this for me, and then click on OK. Is that okay? All right. So if I come to this place now, come to this place, and I come to this place, you can see what I have is my dead load and life load. My dead load and life load. There's no wind load in this place. So how do you now go about it in order for you to have a wind load along this place for you to choose in order to load this particular one? That will be a video for another day. Is that okay? That's when we are loading this particular structure. Is that okay? That will be part 2 of this particular video. Is that okay? Where we'll be talking about loading of this particular greenhouse agro farming structure. Is that okay? All right, so that is that. And at the same time, after which we now proceed to the design of this particular structure. So thank you so much. I believe as you have watched from beginning to the end, you have gained a lot. Please still continue to like our videos, and in case up to now you have not liked, I want to say please like our videos and also subscribe if this is your first time. Is that okay? Thank you so much, and don't forget to join our Ekide group, whereby we rub mind together to solve each other's problem. And as I said, we also have what we call a Ekide mentorship training, in which we train you how to design your concrete structures and also steel, part of steel. Is that okay? While we now have another course where we deal with steel, purely on steel. Is that okay? All right, so do your best to join our Ekide training. Is that okay? All right, thank you so much. Let's see you next time. Now, next video, I want to say bye.